So, what I'm wondering now is why was it hidden? Like, why did people decide to hide this? Why was it so sacred? I've seen other videos in the past on my YouTube journey, and people were saying that the lady is God. She's a goddess, but she's like the goddess is the true, like behind the curtains, the goddess is the true creation. And it's coming back to this, the Gnostics teaching is it's like Sophia, she's a female, divine femininity, or divine feminine, the spark within you, Mother Nature. The universe is more feminine. I mean, it all plays a part, bro. And I think this is the reason why, when it comes to the materialistic world, it's supposed to be, quote unquote, is built for the masculine. But for you to reach newer heights, newer creativity levels or spirituality, whatever the fuck you want to perceive it or call it, it's more towards the feminine aspects. But that's the funny thing about life, is that this materialistic world that we're living in, that we're hallucinating in, has been somewhat built from the feminine. Even if you look at it in a way of, even in the Bible, they're saying that you either go to hell or heaven once you die. But in the Gnostics teaching, what was hidden, they're saying something like, your heaven and your hell is now. And you have to remember, like, what you're here on this earth for is to remember, because you're a god with amnesia. And I'm just like, why did we even forget? Why was we here to be why was we brought here? And I'm understanding the main purpose, the main mission now. They're saying something like, when I say they, I'm just speaking on the sources that I've researched. They're saying something like, I'm gonna have to cut this part out just to get straight to the point, because I lost my train of thought. It's all good. Y'all won't see this part at all. Finding within, understanding within, to the point where you're not scared of death, because you have to kill all your emotions. But one of the strongest emotions, or things that everybody may be scared of in this dimension, is death. And if you're able to kill death, not have any fear of death, which really just fear, have no fear of anything, especially death, and in that way you have no room for any bad negative energy. And from there, you'll be able to sit in silence and have Sophia, God, whatever you want to say, talk to you from the inner. I've been meditating, and of course I need to make a whole video on meditating, because it's been a lot when it comes to me meditating, and what I've downloaded from the first time I decided to meditate, the first time I decided to manifest. I have a whole story behind that, but I'm just basing this video is going to be based off of me just trying to get a better understanding and asking questions about why was we brought here. And I'm coming to an understanding, I'm coming to a conclusion now, why we was brought here. Why, like, what are we truly? What's our purpose truly? There's no chosen one. Everybody's the same. Everybody has a divine spark within them. So life is fair. But I still have a lot more questions that needs to be answered. So y'all gonna come along on this journey with me, and we're gonna see if we can get these questions answered. Let's dive right into it. I still have questions about, okay, how, why, what's our true purpose? I believe I know what our purpose is as in humanity, but I want to get to the bottom of it. We all want to know who's the creator of all creators, in a way. I believe that the name that we know as Sophia is the creator of all creators. We're going to dive more into that too. I believe that we're all light beings and we can never be destroyed, only transmuted or transferred, if that makes sense. Like, we can go up and down, but we can never be destroyed. And I feel like with that being said, that should actually clear you guys' mind about having fear about death itself. Because if you know that you're a light being and you can never be destroyed, then you can never die. But that's going to also expose if you're truly just focused on the physical flesh and not entirely at all thinking about your light self, your actual inner, your spiritual. This video is going to be for you, and even the ones that have already awakened consciously. And what I mean by awakened, because we're all dead technically, that's another thing. But I mean awaken as far as you consciously are doing things. Like, you're aware of being aware. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you understand what that phrase means, then you're already awoken in my book, how I perceive awoken to be.
Parables. Before Moses split seas, before Genesis opened with a word, there was her. The first voice, the buried voice, the one they erased from the Bible and replaced with silence. Her name was Sophia. You've seen her before, felt her between the lines, heard her calling from the margins of sermons, dreams, and sacred ache. But no one ever told you who she was, because if you remembered her, you'd remember you. This isn't a video, it's a code breaker, a sacred retrieval mission for the divine pieces you were told to forget. If you stay until the end, something ancient will return to you. Not knowledge, but memory. Not doctrine, but the fire behind your ribs. This is not a history lesson. It's a resurrection of what they buried in you. Let the return begin. She's been hiding in plain sight, not in secret books, but the one they gave you. Proverbs 8 says, "Does not wisdom call out? Does she not raise her voice?" You've probably read it before, but no one. She wasn't a concept, she was a being. This wasn't metaphor, it wasn't literary flair, it was a voice older than time. It was Sophia. She speaks in first person. I was with God at the beginning, I was His delight. Before the mountains, before the depths, I was there. And yet, no one in your church said she was there before Genesis.
So I'm looking at this video with y'all, right? And I'm like, okay, if this is the truth, let's not say it's the truth. It could be all lies too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you believe or whatever you want to believe. For my case, in this case, if this is supposedly supposed to be the truth, then why did they hide this shit? Why do niggas want to hide shit from people all the fucking time? What are niggas doing? Why, bro?
Before let there be light, before Adam, before the fall. She wasn't a servant, she was the co-creator, the cosmic architect, the divine artist sketching the pattern into existence. And she was female, not a metaphor, not a symbol, not a literary device tucked into footnotes, a presence, a power, a buried queen. They couldn't erase the verses, so they erased her name. They turned her into wisdom literature, abstracted her, sanitized her, so you'd never realize she was real. But she was the breath before breath, the voice beneath the text. And if you're feeling something stir right now, she's already remembering you. Pause. Place a hand on your chest. Ask softly, why would they erase the one who delighted God before time began? Why would they hide the one who stood beside him at the foundation of all things? Because if you remembered her, you'd stop bowing to the system. You'd stop fearing your own soul. You'd become ungovernable. And if this was just chapter 1, Ask yourself, what else did they bury? The answer waits in the next breath.
Alright, this shit getting kind of juicy now. But I mean, I feel as if the journey I've been on, it resonates with me. And this is the reason why I'm even partaking in putting these videos up and looking at these videos with y'all and picking the specific videos, because like I said, certain videos are sources that I've already known of, but there's still questions. I still want to see what y'all say in the comments, or what other videos that I haven't seen, I may rewatch it, or whatever the case may be, to get as much information as I may need. But from what I've learned, I don't need any information at all. I don't need anything on the outside. This is all just a placebo effect. This is all just illusion. This is a mirror. Like, I'm talking to myself, and even if somebody was right next to me, it would still be me, because we're all consciousness and we're all awareness. But at the same time, it's fun, you know. Why not play the game? I mean, we're here, and it's not like you would want to kill yourself, because then at that point you're losing the game. You're not finna think you're finna kill yourself and then go to the next. No, that's not no. You gotta live your life, brother. Yes, sir. So why not have fun? You know, take care of the things that you're supposed to be taking care of anyway. But things that I've learned, I mean, it's different. And I'm getting a call now, but I'm gonna end it off here and put another clip in this video and see what y'all boys think. Y'all let me know in the comment section if this shit is truly Gnostic teaching, or maybe Christianity is what you believe in, Buddhism, whatever the case may be. Let me know in the comment section down below, y'all.
Sophia doesn't disappear. She descends, not in shame, not in error, but in divine compassion so vast, the world mistook it for failure. In the Pistis, Sophia, a gospel nearly destroyed by those who feared its fire, the story unfolds like a forgotten prophecy. She is in the Pleroma, the fullness, the light above light. And she sees the realm of chaos below. She sees matter, density, suffering, confusion. And she hears a cry, a vibration of pain from deep within creation. And instead of turning away, she moves toward it. The angels beg her not to go, but Sophia chooses to descend. Not because she's weak, but because she remembers something the others forgot, that the divine cannot be whole until the furthest corners of darkness are kissed with light. So she descends. And in doing so, she performs the original Christ act, not Jesus, Sophia. She is the first one to take on the burden of embodiment. She enters matter to plant a code that cannot be erased, a spark that cannot be stolen. She becomes clothed in shadow, cloaked in density, and scattered across human form. The early church said this was the fall, but the mystics knew it was the mission. You were taught the fall was Eve's fault, a woman's disobedience. But what if the forbidden fruit was never a mistake? What if Eve was a shadow reflection of Sophia's descent into matter? What if the original sin wasn't rebellion, but remembrance? They taught you to fear the descent, to distrust the body, to shame the feminine. But Sophia chose to go into the illusion so that you could one day awaken inside it. She entered the realm of forgetting to plant a seed of memory so deep that no system, no empire, no pulpit could kill it. And that seed is you.
Still recording this, and there's more to this, so yeah.
Pause. Let this sink in. Have you always felt like you were here for something but couldn't explain it? Have you felt a grief that didn't come from this life? A pull towards something ancient, sacred, and forbidden? That is not confusion. That is your Sophia code igniting. That's not a question. That's a summons. You are the echo of her choice, the embodiment of her descent. And here's the unbearable beauty. She descended into matter so you could remember the divine from within it. She didn't leave heaven. She hid heaven inside you. And while Sophia entered the world through sacrifice, the masculine tried to rise without her. And that imbalance fractured the pattern. Logos without Sophia, law without wisdom, form without flow, authority without intimacy. The result? Hierarchy, dogma, control, a God who punishes, a church that polices, a spirituality severed from the body. This is what happens when the divine feminine is banished. Sophia wasn't erased because she failed. She was erased because she succeeded.
Alright, I'm gonna end it off here for real now. I just feel like it's going on for too long, but I guess I can make 2 parts of this because that's not even the whole video. But from what you guys seen in part and saw, it's the reason why they always say what the universe, Mother Nature, the universe is more feminine, Mother Nature, the divine feminine, all these feminine this, feminine that, blah, blah, blah. It sounds to me like red pill. Fuck y'all niggas up. That's what all it sounds like to me. Because regardless of how much a man can conquer in a materialistic world, they're doing it in the presence of the divine feminine. So regardless of what you do in this masculine, third dimensional world, you're always in the presence of the divine, which is feminine. So it goes back full circle. Life repeats itself for a reason. I'll see you on the next moment. Goodbye.